deal with that thing right there. And we'll deal. Donc, we'll deal with it for like that. C'est live que je m'aurais donné. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. I wanted to ask
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to me, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay, wait a second, guys. I need to go check that out. I need to go check that out real quick, like right now. Just give me a second.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Oh my God, it seems to be true.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh my God. That's right, it was working.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me that it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Was that number here? Basically, I'm going to be able to access. Ah, there we go.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I have questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
83 cents. Jesus. Had a lot. Hard time. So, you gonna donate? Now you can. Who is playing this Cherry Street now? Well, a lot of people, me included. Well, actually, that's kind of complicated. So my wife is actually not a one person or anything. It's first by Lord Rage and
Advanced setting. Non, sound devices. Ok, c'est bon ça. We good. Ouais, le fuel a vraiment fait effet. Ouais, mais le VR, ça dépend. Là. VR sur Tetris, c'est pas tant bad. Il y a certains moments qui le sont. Moss, c'est vraiment pas un problème. C'est fatigant parce que, tu sais, j'étais debout. Que, oui, ça, c'est tannant. Là. Mais c'est vraiment, vraiment le fun. Puis Wipeout, je m'attendais à avoir du motion sickness, ça a pris 4 courses. Okay. C'était mieux que je pensais, là. Les premières, j'étais vraiment correct, mais c'est juste... Peu importe les assists qu'ils mettent en VR, ce jeu-là bouge tellement, il y a des jumps partout, puis ton corps ressent pas la force G qu'il devrait ressentir. Fait qu'à un moment donné, il est comme... Ouais... Il y a de quoi de weird.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Basically organize and run it. And I was mostly alone doing it.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Next one? Well, who knows who's gonna do what?
Mais le VR aussi, ça aide à passer le temps plus vite, je trouve. Parce que t'es vraiment, vraiment immersé dans le jeu. Tu regardes pas tant le temps, tu fais juste jouer, that's it. Remarque que jouer à Bloodborne, ça a vraiment aidé aussi. Oh, wait a sec.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
jouer à ce genre de jeu-là, le jeu narratif de même, les Walking Simulator, à la fin d'un X-Drive, c'est genre la pire idée que je peux avoir. Mais le jeu dure pas tant longtemps, fait que je vais pouvoir le terminer. J'ai déjà vu le jeu en fait. Je sais qu'il y a des trucs très cool.
There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Bon, celle qui a compris.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Quelque chose d'autre.
Oh, someone took the chicken, damn it. I wanted the chicken.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Boom.
C'est parfait. Ben, pour dormir, c'est standard, je peux te garantir que tu risques de t'endormir dessus. Il reste 2... Non, il reste 3h20. Oh, j'ai le temps de passer ça en masse. Avoir le temps de switch over Overwatch, probablement.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Does he give up on Biohazard TV?
Okay.
No. It didn't. Actually, I think Lord
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Issues to figure out together.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
And more importantly, I think Lord's wife was not really happy with his way of doing money.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Whoa.
Had some issues to figure out.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Which makes me think that at some point, the situation was not suitable for any of them anymore.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind the door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Ah, il y a vraiment des trucs cool dans le jeu.
December 13th,
Ah, je ressens encore le motion sickness du jeu de course. En fait, j'haïs avoir du motion sickness. J'aurais pas dû jouer à ce jeu. C'était assez clair que ça allait arriver.
I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Whoop.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Nick. Have a great one with your brother.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Correct, il y a personne qui a passé le Halloween. Ils l'ont retardé, puis il manque de courant partout.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Ba-dum-ba. Let's go.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Die, Dev, die. Même quand tu me dis que je commençais à aller, mais là j'étais déterré, puis Alex qui est arrivé, elle est venue, ça m'a sauvé. Parce que j'avais besoin genre de Théo et tellement bon.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Let's do it.
Les bonbons partis au vent. Ah, boy. Non, on n'a même pas eu le temps de partir au vent. Il n'y a pas eu. Tiens. Joyeux Halloween. Je trouvais ça tellement drôle.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
Yay!
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I completed the level. Nice.
Rabbits. His face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
A shark!
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. Tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Ce jeu-là, c'est spécial. Des trucs cool qui se passent.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. danger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, we smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Ah, encore Resident Evil? Oh, ça m'étonne pas, tu vois.
D'accord, on va le refaire, ça m'étonne pas.
Ah, bah non, moi sur mon live, j'ai plus de Monster Hunter.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
C'est vrai? Si tu regardes le nombre de fois que j'ai fait du Monster Hunter, j'ai fait comme si t'es ils sont pas du Monster Hunter.
Oui, mais c'est ça, tu voulais juste me rattraper.
Bah ouais, 6.
Bah ouais.
18. Ah, là tu as 20 games. Là tu as fait coucou. Là tu as fait les 18, t'as fait le café.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
C'est qui le respecteur?
Regarde toutes les balles qui vont à côté de lui. Alors.
Il est 5h50 du matin. C'est Jeff?
Je sais
que ton Twitch, là?
Mais c'est pas obligé de faire ça.
Salut Jeff Nord. Comment ça va, tu poète?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Il va lancer une grenade. Oh, tu peux pas me tuer, ça va des grenades.
Ouais, il est 5h50 du matin. On est dans l'exploration en ce moment.
Ouais. Ah oui, c'est un stage.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Moi, je vais aller me coucher dans comme 4-5 heures.
It's hidden in this book.
Oh, on va voir.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Okay. Wow.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Plein de neige dehors. Ah ouais, shit.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt.
Le fun tantôt. Retourner à la maison.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh boy, c'est pas facile. Ça me prendre un autre G-Fuel, peut-être.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Oh, Val-Bélair? Oh, ok, ouais. On va peut-être en avoir un peu, nous autres.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Mais Val-Bélair est quand même plus au nord. Normalement, il y en a un peu d'avance comparé à nous autres. Ça aurait été un beau jeu VR, sauf qu'il y a eu du motion sickness partout là-dedans dans le jeu.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Sorry guys, by the way, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's because I'm speaking with my French-Canadian friend, Jeff. So don't hesitate to talk in English if you don't understand anything that's happening right now. Do not worry about this.
Ah oui, ça.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, Jack here with another.
Est-ce que je vais jouer un shooter? Peut-être.
I'm calling it the surprise.
S'il me reste du temps, je vais sûrement switcher à mon PC et jouer Overwatch.
Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a grade 3.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages.
Juste 3 heures, je sais.
The secret is to keep winding
Je...
until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe.
Quelle ce jeu-là? Puis après ça, je joue Overwatch. Genre le temps.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Ouais, le jeu, il est nice. Ah, ils ont mis exactement la même tune. What?
She found Rick's scratch and imagined the worst.
Sûrement de quoi avec ça? Je peux pas croire. Ah, ouais, ça va.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your screen.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
C'est What Remains of Edith Finch.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And the irony was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's got to be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Dear.
Bravo! You were wonderful! The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Non, non, c'est moi qui l'ai battu. Regarde, regarde. En même temps.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Peraí.
I'll be back. Bah, mais envoie pas un message, laisse sur Discord là. Moi je bouge pas officiellement. Ouais, il a deux, il a le prochain. Là, voilà, c'est en dessous, sur la gauche. En bas, il y a des connecteurs. Devenir sans rien, on va être bon pour commencer. Attendez, il va commencer à jouer dans le centre avec le capitaine.
On a commencé à jouer en se rendant après avec ce qu'il après le déjeuner.
Oh, ok. Il aura un tilt solide.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement. Maybe I should go check out that music box down by the basement.
Oh my God.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
What remains of Edith Finch?
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
C'est un jeu narratif.
Ça fait 2 fois que tu bouffes des poires, fait que c'est pour ça que je me demandais comme... Là, tu veux sûrement bouffer une troisième fois.
It's been a week now.
Non, ça fait déjà 3.
30 years.
3?
Ouais.
I'm done waiting.
Hein?
On va l'avoir.
I have to.
Oh, ouais.
Well, I still can.
I'll get back. They don't even see we'll leave you with some beautiful music. So do not worry. Si tu veux ça.
know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year or a month or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in it. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Instead of a family, there were just memories of only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot. After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
C'est con qu'il fasse mandat même dans le jeu. Alors, ouais, rien. J'aimerais voir ce que je m'en vais, mais... croire qu'ils ont décidé autrement.
Ouais. Si seulement il avait été aux enchères, pote. Il l'aurait eu.
Non. Non, parce que tout ce qui est drague, c'est juste le début pour t'apprendre. Si tu veux, regarde, on va aller dans
Qu'est-ce qu'ils veulent pas qu'on aille où est-ce qu'il n'y a pas de lumière? Maybe.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Pour les enfants, sur la page de tous les liens sur des Max Studio, sur Twitch. Tout est.
En gros, ça doit frotter les vaches.
Man.
La raison pourquoi je veux t'amener à montrer ça, c'est la suite. Le morceau après la finale, c'est de l'expression. C'est un peu plus facile, mais c'est comme.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Moi, je tombe dans un groupe, je suis comme,
merci infiniment.
Man.
C'est lui qui a fait un nom, mais merci infiniment. Je laisse mon arrière juste avant d'aller prendre le petit déjeuner.
Donc, quand même quelques personnes.
Merci. Bon, allez, maintenant, je vais vous prendre un petit déjeuner. Pour partir, j'enlève le casque et là j'entends ma musique de Don qui se lance sur Facebook. Je fais ok, allez hop.
Celui-là, il est facile. Je vais te montrer celui que j'ai pas.
Ok. Un peu de direction. Qu'est-ce qu'on va là? On voit rien pendant tout. C'est pretty bad. Qu'est-ce qu'ils veulent des joueurs de même, mais pas sûr du résultat.
Comment ça va? 500, mais 500
Il y a plein de monde qui l'ont eu la bonne.
Il y a un gars dans une étape qui te donne 500.
C'est tombé hardcore cette affaire-là.
C'est une main, tout le monde le fait, ça. C'est tout le monde. Moi, j'ai fait je pense que c'est quoi, 6 heures qu'il faut attendre à rien faire pour 6 heures. Une des salles, il dit, il n'y a rien qui va se passer si tu restes encore 6 heures. C'est quelque chose de désulant. Genre, si tu l'attaques, il est comme, ouais, bravo, t'as toffé.
Wow.
Je pense que l'achievement, en plus, c'est pas après 1 heure à peu près. Genre, c'est juste comme pour te faire chier.
Puis, il était rendu à quelqu'un.
My God. Me do stuff. À moins que lui, j'aille pas fait ces trucs. Oui. Sérieux? C'est quoi qui se passe? Oh my God. I mean, ça de Barbara c'est fait. Ah, ça. Ça on a vu que c'était fermé. Ça, il y a de quoi là? Quasiment sûr que...
Qui va péter 100 piastres? Quoi? Hein? On l'a dépassé? Attends. C'est des trouvé combien de fois? Des fois. Sur les 13. Je crois qu'il manque. Je crois que le rajouter ça.
Mais voyons. La cuisine. Donnez-moi quelque chose. Mais voyons. Je vais chercher parce que je sais plus d'allure.
Lequel de lui? Lui, de ce bord-là ou de l'autre bord? À droite de la table? C'est érable et les choses. Puis, ça, c'est des
Donc là, on vient de faire Walter. C'est à peu près à moitié. God damn. Mais oui, c'est bon. Play. Finches. Edith. Molly. Odin. Calvin. Barbara. Walter. Tourist stories about leave the trapdoor again, follow the same route that Walter took, go through the hole in the wall and follow the track. God damn it. Je fais bien chercher. Ok.
Trop bon. Ben, les derniers,
c'est l'enfer. Ils nous permettent même pas de voir. C'est dégueulasse. Alright, I guess. Wow. On voit rien. Ok. Ah là.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Got it.
Comme du pain d'épices, mais avec le goût de ça. Alors, ça goûte ça?
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made, trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Alright, tout à l'heure, je me suis lâché par la... We'll come back. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, there's still the mimic challenge going on. We're at,
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
13 participants.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
$100 so far, right? For that,
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine. 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Participants, and that you know where to look for the mini and you're gonna find them all. Each time you find it,
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Gold bar now.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Yo. Phénomène. On y arrive, on y arrive. Ouais, 2h30. Hein?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Quand même un peu des paysans, des fois.
Allez, on voit ça comme je le tire sur un corps, je tire sur le corps, et puis enfin je tire sur le corps.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Am I going to have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Come on over.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin.
Wow.
Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Could have been. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Don? Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad! Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera.
I guess we're all afraid of something. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay, do you remember?
BRB, sûrement de la bouffe. Déjeuner. Let's go. Ah, c'est non mais bon.
Remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy. Sounds. Well, I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night. about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
J'ai peur que je doive noyer l'enfant. Bah. C'est pas mal ça qui arrive, non?
Noyer, j'ai juste entendu noyer là.
Ouais, c'est comment qu'un enfant est mort, là. Non, c'est pas un jeu où est-ce que tu legit noies un enfant, mais tu vois genre qu'est-ce qui est arrivé. Hey man, ça aurait été un peu bad, là. Quoique ça, c'est bad aussi, c'est juste... Ouais, un jeu un peu lourd.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, yet. A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Ouais, mettons que ce jeu-là, à date, il est très pas joyeux.
When the time for photos came,
Mais
Dad
il est original.
Come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Whoa. Rude.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder. I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were
1,
going
2,
to name
3,
me Gus.
4, 5 maybe.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Non. Ah, la maison est quand même cool. Ben, c'est du level design. Ça, une vraie maison de même. Not so sure. Come on.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
These guys are maniacs. Why they like me?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Yep, Rip Milton.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
Here we are. Holy shit. Here we go.
I hoped he'd find himself.
Je suis vraiment sur le bord de canter ben.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on.
My God, j'ai de la misère. Wow. Ok, j'ai tilté pendant un certain temps.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Mes yeux fermes? Ouais.
Then he made musicians.
Makes sense. Un peu de Red Bull. Ah, c'est genre le jeu pour que je m'endorme. Mais c'est plate parce que cette part-là est tellement hot.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
Moi, je devrais me rincer à la face. Après cette part-là.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowd,
c'est la première fois, genre, je m'endors pas. C'est nice de le finir.
Were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Encore tilté.
He heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Ouais, jamais.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
On va y arriver, on va y arriver.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
C'est drôle parce que tu sais, il parle de drifter, genre. Penser à d'autres choses, mais moi je pense à dormir, c'est
so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
En char, non, j'ai pas de char. Je m'en vais chez nous à pied, c'est à côté. Il y en a sûrement qui sont en auto, mais... Je dirais que la majorité des gens ont drôle. Les gens s'organisent pour pas faire de quoi de cave en général. Je pense pas qu'il y ait quelqu'un qui a envie de se faire un accident matin.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Moi, je drivais jusque chez nous, dans le temps.
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Quand ça fait frette. Encore de la misère à se réchauffer comme du monde.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Damn. Well.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh, j'avais dit après celle-là. Fait que je vais aller minimum aux toilettes. Bouger un peu. On revient, on finit ça. Let's go.
réaliste maintenant. C'est bon?
Alright. Petit coup d'eau dans la face. Ça fait du bien.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Combienième? 80e.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to arm you now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out, It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Oh no.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Tu fuel, café, Red Bull?
The last Finch left alive.
Non, pas de café. Juste...
Until I found out about you.
Juste Red Bull.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Interesting game. Ah, j'avais déjà vu la majorité du jeu d'un streamer qui jouait. J'avais trouvé ça cool. Jonathan, mais... Oh. No. Keep going. Il reste 1h30. Est-ce que je switch à code? Je sais pas quel jeu je pourrais jouer. Je sais pas si je veux jouer à code nécessairement. Geometry Wars n'est pas installé. C'est pas un bon plan d'installer GeoWars. Ça a été cool par exemple, GeoWars. Des pêches. Tom Bissell. Ah non, c'est Mike Bittel. Ça ressemble pas, non? Un des credits les plus cool. C'est sûr qu'il n'y a pas des milliers de personnes, ça aide, mais... Oh, tu vois, ça c'est cool. Neil Druckmann. C'est très cool. Sony Santa Monica. Well, that's it. switch de jeu, puis on finit. Et on finit le stream sur un jeu, je sais pas encore lequel. J'ai l'air d'autres génériques. Ouais, le générique était super hot. Bon. Je vais trouver un jeu que je veux jouer, puis je vais m'enligner là-dessus. J'ai pas Overwatch. Je peux pas jouer à Overwatch. Triste. Ça me tente pas de jouer à Peggle. Je vais m'endormir. Ah! Un petit peu de code d'abord. On n'a pas le choix. Oh! J'ai-tu un update? Non, ça devrait pas. C'est une montée de level d'achievement? Même pas. Well. Ok. Let's go. On s'en va dans quelques instants.